If you've been single for way longer than you wanted to be, I want you to think back to the advice that got you here. Because chances are, it wasn't bad luck. It was actually the advice. Advice from your mom, your buddy, some comment section, some dating coach who hasn't been on a first date since 2014. And that advice sounded so wise that you never stopped to ask if it actually worked. Today I am taking 3 of the most repeated pieces of dating advice in existence. The stuff that sounds true, because you've heard it 1,000 times. And I'm going to break down exactly why it's keeping good men single. Then I'll give you what actually replaces it. So, let's get into it. The first wrong modern dating advice is being yourself. This is the advice equivalent of a participation trophy. It feels kind, safe, and it is almost completely useless as the letter P in the word psychology. Here's the problem. Just be yourself assumes that yourself is already an attractive, confident, socially calibrated version of you, which in most cases is not true, and I'm really sorry for hurting your feelings if I struck a nerve. For most guys, especially the ones actually searching for advice, that's not the version of you that shows up on a first date. The version that shows up is the anxious one, the one who over-explains, the one who agrees with everything she says because disagreement feels like a risk. That's also yourself. So which self are we talking about? Just be yourself isn't advice. It's a way to avoid giving advice. It sounds deep, but it gives you 0 direction on what to actually change. And when it doesn't work, it comes with a cruel side effect, which is when you start thinking the problem is you, at a fundamental level, instead of a set of skills you haven't built yet. Here's the alternative. Stop trying to be yourself, and start trying to be the most grounded version of yourself. That means separating your personality from your anxiety. Your humor, your opinions, your interests, keep those. Those are you. But the nervous, over-explaining version of you, the need for her approval on every sentence, the habit of shrinking your opinions to avoid friction, that's not you. That's just fear wearing your face. Confidence isn't a personality transplant. It's removing the fear-based habits sitting on top of your real personality. Practically, this looks like have an actual opinion when she asks where you want to eat, instead of, I don't know, wherever you want. Let a silence sit for a second, instead of rushing to fill it. Disagree with her at least once in the first conversation, respectfully. Not to be difficult, but because agreeing with everything reads as having no floor of your own. The second wrong modern dating advice is, just be nice. This one's more dangerous because it sounds morally correct. Who's going to argue against being nice? But just be nice as dating advice has quietly trained generations of men to confuse kindness with compliance. Real kindness is a choice you make from a position of strength. It's warmth with a spine behind it. What most guys practice these days instead is what I'd call fear-based niceness. Agreeing with her to avoid conflict, doing favors to earn approval, or never pushing back because you're scared that any friction ends the interaction. That's not kindness. That's appeasement. And women can feel the difference, even if they can't always name it. Appeasement doesn't read as safe, it reads as needy. Because on some level, everyone can sense when a person's niceness is actually a strategy to get something, which in this case is her approval. Nice guys aren't unattractive because they're nice. They're unattractive because they're nice has no boundary attached to it. There's no version of them that says no. There's no version of them with standards. The alternative isn't becoming cold or a jerk, and it's not negging her or playing games. It's kindness with boundaries. Be warm, be generous, be a good listener. All of that is genuinely attractive. But pair it with standards. If she cancels plans twice in a row, say something honest about it, instead of just accepting it and being extra nice to compensate. If a conversation crosses a line you don't like, say so, calmly, instead of laughing it off. The goal is to be the kind of nice that comes with self-respect built in, not the kind of nice that's secretly begging for approval. The third wrong modern dating advice is, just wait. This is the passive one. Wait for the right person. Wait until you're ready. Wait until she notices you, or wait until the timing is better. It's advice that feels responsible, patient, and mature. In reality, it's often just fear, dressed up as patience. Waiting removes you from the equation entirely. It puts all the responsibility for your dating life onto random chances, timing, or someone else making the first move. And the truth is, the people who are actually in relationships right now aren't the ones who waited the longest. They're the ones who took the most reasonable action, over and over, until something worked. Waiting isn't a strategy. It's the absence of one. There's a version of this advice that sounds smart. Focus on yourself first, then dating will come naturally. That has a kernel of truth. Working on yourself matters, but it's often used as a permanent excuse to never actually put yourself out there. You can build confidence and go on dates at the same time. In fact, you build most of your real confidence in the field, not in isolation. The alternative to waiting is exposure. Put yourself in more rooms with more women. Say yes to the plans you'd normally skip. Talk to more women in daily life, not just on apps. Message first instead of waiting to be messaged. None of these actions guarantee a date tomorrow, but they replace hope with probability. You're not waiting for the right moment anymore. You're creating enough moments that the right one becomes likely. Here's the pattern running through all three of these. Be yourself, be nice, just wait. They all have one thing in common. They ask you to do nothing and hope for a different result. They're comfortable advice because they don't require you to change anything or risk anything. Real dating advice asks more of you. It asks you to separate your personality from your fear. It asks you to attach standards to your kindness. It asks you to create opportunities instead of waiting for them. None of that is complicated, but all of it takes more effort than the advice you've been given so far, which is exactly why most guys never do it, and exactly why the ones who do stand out immediately. If this helped reframe how you think about your dating life, click the like button and subscribe, because there's going to be more videos like this coming soon. For channel support, I'll be leaving a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. And if you're invisible when it comes to modern dating, I created a playlist for you titled From Invisible to Noticeable that will help you stand out, so make sure you check out the playlist, and I'll also be leaving the link in the description. I'll see you in the next video.